Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is the Apple Vision Pro. Now, I purchased this myself, and it was, let's see, $3,800 plus with tax because I got the 512 gigabyte version. And in this video, I'm going to give my initial thoughts, a little bit of a review from using it, but more importantly is, can I use it to replace my screen or my laptop display and edit photos, edit video, edit whatever you need to edit? Is it capable of doing that? And one of the biggest questions I want to answer is this usable on the road where you want to have a bigger display but only have a 14 or a 16-inch laptop display? So I am going to take you inside of the Vision Pro. I'm also going to show you me casting my desktop to see if I can edit in Lightroom and also use Lightroom Mobile. But before I do that, the first time I put this on, my reaction was, whoa. It was just mind-blowing when you go inside this world. Now, the pass-through video, you can still tell that it's video, but when you start grabbing stuff and moving it around and having FaceTimes open and being able to move this and type text and do all of those things, it is really incredible what you're able to do in there. But I do want to give a little word of warning for anybody that's trying to pick one up, is that this part comes off. This is magnetized. So if you try to take it off your face using this, it's heavy enough that it's going to possibly fall off and break your super expensive Vision Pro. So you want to take it off from the metal, take it off from the sides. Don't do it from the thing that's magnetized. There are quirks to this, and I do expect that Apple will make it better over time in software and of course in the hardware. It would be great if there was like a lock that said, hey, the magnets will not fall off now, and when you unlock it, the magnet will work and then you can take it off. That's just one thing to be aware of. Now, I did take off the solo loop strap and ended up putting on the other one that goes around the back of your head and the top of your head because I found that the solo loop strap weighed down on my nose, on my cheeks, and it was just uncomfortable to use for long term. I did stay in for over 2 hours with this on, and when I did take it off, I had an impression on my face because it does leave an impression. But all in all, I was able to wear it, and I hope in the future they're able to shrink it, make it lighter, make it less expensive, and the battery life, yeah, no, you're gonna get like 2.5-ish to 3 hours depending on what you're doing. Right now, not that big of a deal because what this thing offers you is pretty cool today. And what it offers you for the future is really what you need to look at, as this is first generation. But what we can do by going into Lightroom Mobile as well as Lightroom is pretty awesome. So I want to jump into the system, and keep in mind, when I am looking at something on the screen, where my eye is looking is going to be sharp. Anything you see around where I'm not looking, that's going to look a little fuzzy because the way that this is rendering things, it's only rendering what I'm looking at, and when I quickly look somewhere else, it renders it then and there. So just be aware that what's seen around the outside of where I'm looking won't be super sharp. So now, let's take off the glasses, because you can't wear glasses in here, and jump into the Vision Pro. So is my hair okay? Is this thing, Steven, is this thing messing up my hair?
Yep.
It is messing up my, yeah, it's quite messing up my hair, but the good news is it poofs right back up after I take this thing off. So to make this easier, I'm gonna go onto the moon just so that the background isn't a distraction here, because you can see all around the studio right now normally, but all I need to do is turn the digital crown and here is the moon. So what I want to do is start with Lightroom Mobile. I'm going to click the top right circle button. I've got to click on Compatible Apps, Lightroom Mobile, click on that, and Lightroom Mobile now pops up in front of me. I can grab down here, I can move it closer to me, I can move it further away. Oh my God, that's so cool. I could put it over here. I could do whatever I want. I could also pinch to zoom to go larger. I can pinch to zoom to go smaller. But if I want to edit an image, which these already have a lot of nice skittle edits, but if I want to go in and do something, these aren't raw. Let's say I want to scroll, pinch and scroll, pinch and scroll. Oh my God, these are such good photos. I'm so good at this photography thing, Steven. All right, let's go to this one. I'm going to look at it and it's going to load. So over here, you can see your Lightroom panels, and I can just click, I'm just looking at light. Now, keep in mind, I'm gonna show Steven, I wanna talk to the camera. I'm gonna get out of here. I wanna move this up here real quick. My eyes shake a ton. And you can see right now, I recorded the pointer moving around last night as I was more tired, my eyes jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. They just bounce around, which makes it difficult for me sometimes. So if you do have a nystagmus or you have some other eye conditions, it might be an issue and you may need to use a different set of input devices. Like you could use your neck, you could use your wrists, you could use your hands differently. But in this case, you could see how my eye is shaking a ton, and that may make it harder for me to find exactly where I need to look. Okay, so let's pinch this, bring this back down right in front of my face. We're gonna go back onto the moon real quick. And now this is right here. Can I just click on it to zoom? Oh, I can. And then I could zoom in even further. So I can do that. But if I wanna edit the exposure, I can just grab it. I can do contrast, I can do everything. I can go into presets. We have all of the Fro packs in there. Right now we're in Fro pack 4. I can be like, oh, I wanna go and put on, ooh, thick? Let's go to thick. Ooh, thick is pretty baller, Steven. So thick is really cool. And you can just save it and you can hit done. I'm gonna hit cancel. I didn't want that preset applied. So I wanna go back into my gallery. This is all the stuff that's basically saved on my phone. Now, if you're an iPad user, you can click up here and turn it into iPad mode, and you can then scroll through all the images just by clicking and dragging. But I wanna get this out of the way. I'm gonna put this over here and, oh, I've got notes. Okay, let me check out my notes. I could just throw that right here and check it out. We talked about eye condition, 2 ways to connect to your display. Oh yes, I want to connect to my display. Now right now my clamshell is closed and I know it's over here, but I'm gonna look up because that's how I get to the control center. That is the thing that looks like the Nintendo Switch. Then I point to this one with the display, click on it, Jared's 2021. Let's see, it should open up. Now it's right in front of me. My screen will go black, and now I have my entire desktop. This is Lightroom, regular Lightroom. Now, some of you may have questions like, can you use a mouse and a keyboard? Oh, I wanna go back into the regular world here, because I wanna show you my screen is now dark, and here is my mouse, which I can see. I can move this display in front of where my computer was, and I can bring it further away, or I can bring it closer to me, and then go back into the moon so that it just looks like I'm editing on my desktop. And I can move it further away. I can come down here to the bottom corner and I can scroll it. Low light, your hands may not appear. Yeah, because we're testing in low light here. Oh, there I'm dragging. Oh my God, it's so big. I know that's what she said. But one of the things I would like is for the screen to curve ever so slightly so I could, I have to move all the way over here. Hey there, future Jared here with my hair down and freshly shaved to let you know that what you're seeing on the screen that's recorded from my Vision Pro isn't exactly what I'm seeing. So if you see me talking and you see it shaking, it's not shaking at all when I'm inside of the viewfinder. Now you're seeing a compressed recording from the Vision Pro's headset. I see a slightly larger field of view than what you're seeing, and of course I see 360 all the way around, so just keep that in mind, that what I see is super sharp, super colorful, super contrasty, and looks incredible, and you're seeing something that's a little bit more compressed, but it's still cool that I can take you inside of the Vision Pro and share what I see with you. So let's get back into the headset. This is so amazing. Oh my God. Oh, and by the way, Lightroom is still open back here and my notes are still open behind me. And if I was to get text or phone calls, I could have that open, I could have music open, but I can have this right in front of me. And this is the crazy thing. I'm using my mouse, I can use my keyboard. Oh my God, this is like having a super huge 100-inch display in front of me. I can do this. Oh, one of the things you need to know is that you can still scroll up to the top and have all of your desktops available. That's one of the things that I was more concerned about. I'm just looking at a moon. That was one of the things I was most concerned about. Hey, Steven, I thought you could only have one monitor. Now, you can have one monitor, but you can still get to multiple desktops, and that's not a problem at all. So this answers the question. You could take this on the road with you and sit in a hotel room and edit, be on an airplane and edit, or if you say, I see baseball photographers all the time at the Phillies games or wherever, they're always editing in their little laptops. I would prefer to put this thing on. I could be in my own world and just view and edit on a bigger display because I don't see very well. The other big questions are, is the display accurate? Now, that's very difficult to say because the brightness is constantly changing. I have to see if it's also a little too close to me right now, so I want to move it away. and that low light thing does pop up. Again, you're gonna do this in better lighting, but just keep in mind, that's what happens. Oh my God, this is great. I can just come in here and I can change the exposure. I can't see my keyboard right now, so I can't undo it, but I think I know where undo would be. It would be somewhere right here. Yeah, I did it. I did it without being able to see. You could scroll through all of your different presets that you have from FroPack 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/FroPack4 to help me pay for these goggles because they were $3,800. And your preset money would be very appreciative for helping to pay these goggles off. But yeah, so you can go through, pick images. Oh, that's a very, very, very gruesome image. Then go through library as you normally would. You could edit your videos through here. This is incredible. I mean, this, to have a display like this that I can just come in here and I can zoom in, I can grab here, I'm like, oh, I want to see it closer. I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's Bryce Harper. I can bring him a little closer to me, and now the screen is right in front. Oh, I can lean into it. Oh, I got to be careful because there's a screen really in front of me. I don't want to do it. But yeah, I can zoom in and I can look closer. I can grab it again and I can just move it all over wherever I want it to go. I can put it right next to the other Lightroom if I want. I can put it, oh my God, look how far. I put it far into space and it's so gosh darn huge. But let me check my notes real quick again. Let's see, screencasting is cool. Made screen too large. Yeah, wish it was curved. I talked about that. Can't unlock apps. Oh yes. One of the things you can't do is unlock your, well, you can't use Face ID. So if you're using an app that needs your face as of right now, you can't unlock it unless you move the visor away and take it off a little bit so it can unlock your phone. But what is super cool is that I can, in order to paste from, you could copy something from your phone or your computer, which is pretty cool. You just need to look, double tap your fingers, and you can either cut something, you can paste something. That's how you do it. You double tap it and you can copy and you can paste. So that is pretty cool. Let's see. Can't cast and mirror at the same time. My eye issues. You'll see it sharp. We talked about this. Things to show. Lightroom, of course, Skittles. Premiere will show you a little bit later. And I'm opening a bunch of stuff up. But this is, the moral of the story here is, can you take this on the road? And it actually feels really nice on my face, Steven. I kind of forgot I was wearing it for a minute. I know it makes me look weird and I'm messing my hair up. I'd wear this on an airplane to watch a movie. The entertainment is incredible. Just make sure you use AirPod Pros in your ears because you don't want to use the other microphones because your headphones, because other people will be able to hear you with the built-in speakers. But I could 100% take this on the road and edit photos with it. Now, I don't know that the color is going to be incredible or it's going to be perfect because you don't see the same amount of colors as you do on your Mac display or on your cinema display, but it looks pretty darn good to me right here. The colors look vibrant, they look saturated, the white balance looks pretty good. But will it be perfect? I think it's going to be close enough. And if you're someone who edits in Premiere, I think it's going to be a game changer for being able to use the mouse and the keyboard because you can use the pass-through mode and you're going to be able to just move things around, edit on your timeline as if you were just at home, but sitting there with a bigger display. You won't have multiple monitor support yet, but maybe that's something that they'll change in the future. One thing you will notice right now if you're looking at Steven is that it might be a little jiggly because he's in the dark, and that's because the sensors will slow the shutter speed down, causing it to blur a little bit in lower light situations. But all in all, I am pretty amazed and pretty happy with this. Is it worth the $3,500 or $3,800 plus all of the extra taxes? And if you go for the 512 or the 1 terabyte, the answer to that is, for the everyday person, probably not at this point. But if there is a feature and a function that will help you on the road, so you don't have to take a display on the road. This is an expensive display at $35 plus $100, but if you got the funds and it will help you do your work better on the road and make you more money, then maybe it's something that you purchase. The goal here, I think, from Apple is that this is a first-gen product. Now, from a first-gen perspective, I think this is better than what I expected the results to be. There's times where you take the headset off, and I know MKBHD said this, you take the headset off and you want to move things in virtual space because you expect windows to open up. The future, contact lenses that have this built in, glasses that have it built in, that's 5-10 years away, if maybe more, if not more. But right now, expensive, but really cool. So I'm gonna continue to use this. I don't think I'm gonna return it. I think that I'm gonna keep it and pay it off over the 12 months that Apple gives you with their financing, same as cash, because it's well worth it. But that's it, guys. Any questions, please leave them down below. Thank you very much for watching this. Don't forget to pick up some presets to help me pay for this bad boy, and then we call it a day right there. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. Woo! I'm on the moon!